the growth that we will see because of the whole digital infrastructure layer that we are creating, that will be far superior than the overall real infrastructure that we have in the country, and that will lead to growth for us. What do you have to say about it?
No, absolutely. And I'm glad you sort of touched on that because, see, there are two fundamental, I think, policies that have been executed and implemented. First, of course, Aadhaar, this a unique ID system, is the largest in the world. Why is it so transformational? It is transformational because biggest problem in rural India is identity. It is
Yeah.
very difficult for a poor farmer to establish his identity. So you have property transactions which are abused. There is like all sorts of hawala, this thing. So identity stops financial um, uh, advancement. Okay, credit cards. How do you issue credit cards if I can't establish identity? So I think just the fact that now you have a reliable way of identifying somebody means financially a lot of services now can open up on credit in rural India. So literally rural India can slowly start joining the mainstream. So I think this Aadhaar is underestimated, and I think it will really help us um, uh, get rural India incorporated into the mainstream. The other fundamental and I think important policy execution has been on GST. This GST essentially has reduced the scope for tax evasion, the duplication of taxation, cascading taxation. And for the first time, India's states are one market. Before this, if you needed to supply Bangalore, you needed to have a factory in Karnataka. If you needed to supply Bombay, you had to have, because of the border excise and whatever costs of business. So it was literally fragmented markets. It was like each state was a different country. For the first time, we can have one factory supplying the same price goods across India. So I think that's transformational the scale. I think the execution has been poor. It has been very complicated. It is literally, if you're in a restaurant, one air conditioned part has got a different GST, non air conditioned. I mean, it's like, it's not even sensible. So I think that's getting streamlined. The compliance costs are very expensive. So the exporters, the small companies, medium companies, they say that the cost of complying with this, we can't afford. So I think that has to be streamlined. I think there is something like fortnightly, you have to report these taxes to some several agencies. So I think they're slowly getting it together, but fundamentally it's the right initiative and it will finally make India one market. So that is the other attraction for FDI because now India, on paper, we say 1.3 billion people, but it was not 1.3, it was like different states with these pockets. So I think these two are very fundamental. Um, Demonetization was not a professionally supported scheme. It was supposed to be for black money, which didn't. So that one, I would say, was one of the missteps. But I think GST and Aadhaar are very fundamental and will help the country over time. And I think it is radical. And I think great credit to Nandan Nilekani because I think the implementation, I mean, we're talking about a billion people. It was rolled out pretty much on time. So I think it is the largest, most reliable identity program anywhere in the world.